We want people to, Okay, well, welcome everybody. It is a beautiful day outside, and I hope we all get to get out there and enjoy it. Today we have Beth from Ann Arbor District Library who is going to, and Katie. I think Katie too is also going to be sharing. So please go ahead, Beth, and tell us about your program. Beth, you have it on mute.
And Beth,
Here
if
I
you
am.
go up to slideshow and then
Yeah.
hit play from the start, that will give us a full screen.
Oh, there it is. Play.
It's all the way to the left.
Send that email to marketing@aadl.org.
There we go. Thank you very much.
And that would find its way to him.
Okay, like I said, hello, I'm Beth Emanuel, and I have Katie Monkevich with me from the Ann Arbor District Library. We're going to talk about some aspects of the library, but also go into some details about some of our other services. So the basics are that we have 5 branches that you may know about, and you can borrow and return things from all of our locations. We have our downtown location, Mallett's Creek, Pittsfield, Traverwood, and Westgate. In our downtown location, we have a secret lab. In it, we have a letterpress lab. We do a lot of craft activities and other things, fiber arts, 3D printing, button making, and more. All branches have reservable meeting rooms and program spaces. You do need your library card to reserve ahead, but you can walk in, and if there's space available, you can write your name in to take a space.
There is no difference. That's just
and those are the reservable. We have plenty of space for just doing what you feel like doing at the library, mostly what you feel like doing. So we also have library tours available by appointment.
I just wouldn't know what that is.
So who can have a library card? Residents within the AADL district, non-resident property owners or taxpayers can also get a card. Employees who work inside the Ann Arbor District Library District, and students and instructors of state-approved K-12 schools within the district, and then Washington Hall Library for the blind and print-disabled patrons, and the people who live with them. So that could be anyone in the county who's eligible for the service, and we'll go into that in a bit. So what can you do with a library card? You can borrow materials. We have lots of things that we circulate at AADL, besides books and access to the MEL, Michigan eLibrary, and Libby, DVDs, CDs, as you can see. We also circulate art prints for 2 months at a time. And we have music, book, pattern, and podcast downloads. There's access to databases and newspapers, including Consumer Reports, New York Times, and recently we gave access to MLive that you can get with your library card.
The librarians told me, and their word is law.
So at our library website, aadl.org, you can create an account with your library card. You can request and renew materials. And without a library card, you can always view the events calendar and see what we have going on. I mentioned booking a meeting room. You can explore our old news archives. Anyone can do that. You can make a notary appointment at no charge, and you don't need a library card for that. You can also contact AADL staff through our website.
Would be a catalog item.
These are the things you don't need a library card to use the library.
3 to 5. So we're
public computers and iPads, printing. Any of our events are available for the public. We have study and reading rooms. We have very fast Wi-Fi, charging devices. We have a new thing we've recently changed the name from Computer Help to now Form Help, and is help to complete a form either online or in person with one of our staff, and that's an appointment-based service. And then, like I said, the notary
Think about what
service,
that fifth column could be?
that's
You just get
available
to
on
link
our
own
website to make an appointment,
rather than a
and
social
you don't need
media-
a library card for that, and it doesn't
So
cost
just keep that
anything.
in mind.
So I'm gonna let Katie talk about our homebound service now.
Yeah, so I just wanted to pop in here and talk about our homebound services at AADL because some of you may be familiar with those and they changed a little bit. So I wanted to highlight the things that stay the same and the things that have changed. So our homebound services are for folks who are having difficulty getting to the library to pick up library materials. This could be due to a permanent or temporary life circumstance. So we've had lots of different reasons why people are unable to come to the library. It could be illness or a permanent disability, or it's just really difficult to drive in the winter. So there's lots of different reasons that you might want to use this service. And you can just sign up by giving us a call or email, and we can help out with that. And it's really easy to request materials. You can do it right through the catalog on our website if you've got an account, or you can give us a call and somebody can help you place holds. The materials are delivered in a reusable mail bag. So it's kind of like a waterproof cloth bag that they come in. And they are delivered now through a courier service. So in the past, we've always used the post office. So this is a recent change for us. It's been going for about 3 weeks now, and we actually really like it. So our materials are delivered to people on Tuesdays and Fridays between 10 and 5 p.m. And generally, the delivery person will just come and ring the bell or knock on the door and hand over the item, but they will also attempt to call if they can't reach the person. And then there's also Beth, can you flip it back to the slide? Just hit your next button. Okay, sorry. So then they're also able to just leave something if they're unable to reach the person. Like if they have a specific request that we not ring the doorbell or something like that, we can make a note of that. And so they'll just like leave it on the porch or wherever is preferred. We have some places like senior centers or senior residences that prefer to have things left at a front desk. And so we've been doing that. And that is fine too. It's been going really well. So we're happy so far with this. And then to return those materials, the patron just needs to call an email to let us know when they're ready to have something picked up. We'll let them know the next available pickup date, which is also a Tuesday or a Friday. They can leave it on their doorstep to be delivered back to us, or if they prefer to hand it over to the courier, then we can indicate that as well. One thing that we really wanted to let you all know, because this is one of the changes that we think we've gotten some good feedback about this, is that you're welcome to have a family member, friend, or service provider who is visiting your home, really anybody that you run into with your library materials or can see those things that are ready to be returned. You can drop those off for somebody at any of our branch locations. Doesn't matter where they were delivered from. And some people just like that aspect of the service. We've actually gotten this request from people in the past, but it hasn't been possible because we were already paying for the postage. But in this case, we don't prepay for it. So if it works better for them to have somebody else take their materials back to the library, we are welcoming of that. So we wanted to let you all know about that. And homebound delivery is available for most of the items in the Ann Arbor District Library and the Michigan E-Library collection, but we do not mail or send art prints, tools, and some very oversized items just because those things add up. And we ask that if somebody wants those, then they have somebody trusted to come pick those up for them or make a special trip to the library. But we found that people really like this service. We're excited to offer it. And since we were talking about the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Print Disabled and some other library services, I do want to make it clear that this particular service is only for folks within the Ann Arbor District Library boundaries. So it's not for all over Washtenaw County. But I think that's all that I wanted to say about that. So I'll let you pick it up again, Beth. You're muted.
I'm muted. Now I'm not. Thanks for hanging in there, people. So, the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Print Disabled is a national service created by the Library of Congress. It's been in existence over 90 years now. It's a free service for individuals who cannot read standard print or are unable to hold a book in their
Okay, I
hands.
understand. That has some more context.
I don't know why it's okay. Next slide.
Okay.
I'm having trouble. Here we go. So part of the it's Library of Congress, but we administer it for all of Washtenaw County and for people who are eligible for it. It takes a simple application that needs to be submitted, and we do have a place for a certifying authority to sign it, and any of you folks that serve patrons who could be eligible are eligible to sign off on those applications. Those can be gotten from our website, or we mail them out to folks who need, or can email them. The items that are mailed, and everything in this program does go through the mail. It includes a digital talking book player and talking books to listen to. There's tens of thousands of books to listen to, and the items are mailed as free matter for the blind, so there's no postage. There's also a BARD app. BARD stands for the Braille and Audio Reading Download. There's an app that's easy to access on a phone or device, iPad, and you can download books right to your device with no waiting. And again, you need to be eligible for this service.
I'm ready for you.
All right. So I did mention the digital talking books. We also can mail large print books. That would be from our AADL collection, as opposed to the other things that come from Lansing. There's the Braille and Audio Reading Download. There's described videos, which many videos these days are made with a described narration track. So that's also a nice feature for people that aren't able to see. The other benefits, you have access to our entire AADL collection other than large print. So if you live in Milan and are eligible for the service, you can get a library card, and anyone in your home can. And well, I say Milan, but it still has to be Washtenaw County. There's also access to the NFB Newsline, where you can get news read to you on a device. The radio reading services, there's currency readers, Bibles, and like I mentioned, the digital talking book machines. These applications are for individuals, but also for institutional accounts. Should any of you want to have a demo account, if you are a human service provider and you're seeing folks that may benefit from learning about this, we could offer you an institutional account so you could have a digital book player and
like I said, I don't know
some samples of books for the people you serve.
But he will.
The other thing I want to mention is that a week from today, we're holding our Visions Vendor Fair with speakers and vendors for people with visual and physical disabilities. It's next Wednesday, June 3rd from 11 a.m. to 4.
I appreciate it.
You can go to aadl.org/visions for more information. We're pretty excited to have Christine Ha as our kind of keynote speaker. She was the winner of Top Chef, or no, Master Chef, sorry. And she's blind. So we're excited to have her share bits about her career. So again, you can go to aadl.org/visions, and that was it about AADL and WLBPD.
Yeah,
Do you
whatever
have any questions or comments, anyone?
A little bit of perspective, maybe, Jacob, because
I have a question.
Okay.
If you go back earlier in your slides, you mentioned the things that are download. There was like some downloads, like the services and availability. What does it mean when it said patterns?
The pattern
mean? What's my
yes, pattern downloads are like knitting patterns and sewing patterns, those kind of patterns.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
never knew that. Is that new?
We do a nerd
We've
night
had
there.
them for a few years. We just don't always mention it, and
Yes,
that's
indeed.
why I'm here
So we're
today,
doing all
Stacy,
sorts of-
to
that's-
tell you.
We're all
Excellent.
And everyone else. So yeah, we also have a database with some a lot of craft stuff. It's called, what is it called? I'm blanking out on the name. Do you, Katie? What is it?
Oh, cool.
Sorry, I was
Oh.
looking at the
Oh,
chat.
Creative
Were you-
Bug. Creative Bug.
Creative Bug is what I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about. Okay.
Okay. I didn't see the chat. Sorry.
That's okay. I got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Were there other questions
Oh,
or no? Okay.
We do have a question here.
Why am I not seeing the chat?
How does it work to use the computers at the library if you don't have a library?
You need to show your
library would
picture
do-
ID to use the library. I mean, to use the
you are
computers.
so
Yeah.
welcome.
Picture ID,
You
and
let
then
me know how
we
the
enter
emails
that,
go,
and
what
then
you need
once
from me,
that's been entered,
and
it's in our
you know what we're
system.
doing.
And though we do ask for picture ID when you come to the library to use a computer, it can oftentimes, if someone's in the system, that's helpful, and they can just verify their address. But yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay, what
Any-
else? How
Are
can
there
you
any
search that?
questions?
Not
Anything
the
else?
names.
Anyone
I
else?
feel like we
I
really
can't
the
tell
names
if
of
someone
it.
were to raise their hand on my screen. I wouldn't be able to say. So I would recommend
Because
just
maybe it could be
unmuting
something,
and shouting out your question. That one.
Yeah,
I don't
because I
mean the
can't
word vague,
see
but I
people
kind of
very
mean
well.
the word vague. To encompass that this
I
is
could see
a
where
projective
knowing this
documentation
information and all of the
localizations,
access, and especially for the disabilities and the home delivery type for those that are homebound, I could really see where, as case managers, being able to have just this resource just to mention and to share with clients who are probably being visited in their agency for something else that could use this as a way, like, hey, how are you taking care of yourself? The books, the audio,
Yeah.
or the audio books, anything. I could see this as being a really great service that many of our clients in the community could use.
Yeah, we've had a nice relationship with Meals on Wheels, and they have provided our brochures, and that we do get a number of folks.
Excellent.
But again, for that particular service, you need to be in our Ann Arbor district.
Sure,
But
definitely.
but for the Library for the Blind, and I have had other folks from Meals on Wheels ask about that, and we do have the talking books in other languages as well, many other languages.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
this
for giving us the
presentation.
chance. All
I
right.
want to know
And
less about that.
Last call for questions. All right.
All right. You can always
I will
send an
be
email.
taking your slides and I will be putting them. I'll send them out through our email after our meeting. I'll send them out, and I'll also have them available on our website, Carrier Buster website. for anybody
Sounds
else
good.
wants to
All right, I'm going to
go
stop
through them.
sharing.
These aren't the most fun badge names.
So
But like-
next, excuse
But
me.
like Ann Arbor Cycles.
Next on our agenda is Gail from Faith in Action. Gail, do you want to step in and go ahead and share your screen with your slides?
Yes.
And before we hear from Gail, if those of you that are listening, if you want to kind of queue up any announcements that you may have for us after we hear from Gail and we've asked our questions, I will put it out there if you have any announcements for your agency. Quick shout out. So just preparing you for that after this. All right, Gail, when you're ready.
Okay. Can you see the slides?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Gail. I am currently the Mission Support Program Manager for Faith in Action. However, I am transitioning out as I've relocated to Pennsylvania. But here it is. So I have a brief history, what we're doing today, our volunteers, our clients and programming, permanent supportive housing, our impact, and looking ahead. Our mission statements providing essential support to alleviate the effects of hunger and poverty for those in the Dexter, Chelsea, and surrounding communities. We were founded as an outreach program at St. Barnabas Episcopal Church in 1980 by the Reverend Jerry Beaumont, but currently we are a secular organization. Our current structure was completed in 1991 on land donated and housed FIA and the Senior Center Meals on Wheels. And in 2013, FIA became the only occupant of the building, which is on the Chelsea Hospital grounds. In 1994, Chelsea Social Services, after more than a 30-year history, joined Faith in Action. FIA became the largest privately funded human services agency in Western Washtenaw County. We first opened the Dexter Pantry in 2008, and we partner with Dexter Family Services since 2005. We created a partnership with Avalon in 2017, when we provide permanent supportive housing for 2 locations, which is Dexter Hilltop and Sharon Ann in Chelsea. Expanded our first service area to fully include Grass Lake and Scio Farms in 2023. Hilltop View opened in 2022, and Dexter office became full-time in 2023. This is a picture of our Chelsea location. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, a safety net organization. We work to ensure that connecting with our agency doesn't feel transactional or judgmental, and we embrace equity and inclusion and work to provide a safe space for all. We currently have over 70 volunteers, and this is Ruthie. She retired last year at 96, and Arlene is our pantry volunteer for the Chelsea location as well. As early as 1994, over 4,000 volunteer service area hours were recorded annually. Currently, FIA volunteers log around 10,000 hours annually. Our volunteers sort clothes, answer phones, do food orders, accept donations, loan out medical equipment, keep the pantry organized, and they are a joy according to our clients as well. We have a clothing room at the Chelsea location and also laundry room, medical equipment, and shower room as well. To become a client, you must reside in our service area, which is the Chelsea School District, Dexter School District, Grass Lake zip code, Scio Farms Estates, which is about 200 square miles, and meet our income guidelines, which are 225% of the federal poverty level. However, we also have emergency food for anyone as well if you're in Washtenaw County. And this is our income eligibility guidelines, which again are 225% of the federal poverty level. The following are the programs for FIA registered households. Food pantry. Again, it is open to anyone for the emergency food as well. We have financial assistance, housing, utility, auto-related expenses, medical, dental, mental health services, funeral expenses, school-related expenses. And then we have seasonal programming as well. Backpacks, which last year included a snack bag and a meal bag for the first week of school. Thanksgiving food baskets, toys for tots and teens, holiday gifts and meal. The annual Morton Cox Scholarship, and then shower and laundry services in Chelsea as well, but anyone can come to use those services. Many of our services are open to anyone. We have benefits navigators, Chelsea clothing room, medical lending closet, Dexter pet pantry, and court-ordered volunteer hours. A lot of people come and do their hours for us as well. We also have prescription for health at the Chelsea Farmers Market, but you must be a resident of Washtenaw County. Again, we have a partnership with Avalon. We provide the case management services for both of the Avalon properties, which are Sharon Ann and Chelsea, and Hilltop View and Dexter. Avalon is the property manager, and FIA is the services agency. We have also incorporated a peer support specialist for both of those locations as well. There are 17 units, 1 and 2 bedroom at Sharon Ann, and we have weekly office hours there. Hilltop View, we have an on-site food pantry. Their case managers are there full-time, and there are 24 units, 6 are veteran units. So what is permanent supportive housing? We have a ratio of 1 case manager for every 15 units, households. It's directed by the Housing First model, no conditions, services are voluntary. We practice harm reduction. Case managers provide assertive case management as well. We accept donations, money, gift cards, durable medical equipment, unexpired food, clothing and shoes in season, household items, bedding, dishes, towels, toys, and games. We also have gift cards for clients. periodically as those donations come in, whether it be food gift cards or gas gift cards as well. This is where our financial donations come from, which is mostly individuals in the Chelsea and Dexter area. We have a small amount of grants that we've received, which is our next funding source. Fundraisers, churches, foundations. The Material Girls in Chelsea are a large funder as well, and then groups and clubs. Donated food. Last year, our food in-kind value was $666,322, and that's donated food from food gatherers as well. We do accept vehicle donations also for clients. So if we have a waiting list for clients that do not have a vehicle, sometimes we'll have someone donate a vehicle to us. We provided 100 new backpack supplies and gift cards last year to students. 87 households received a turkey and a Thanksgiving meal. 102 households received holiday gift support and a holiday meal. 137 kids received gifts through Toys for Tots and Teens, and then a $500 school annual Morton Cox scholarship, which is available to any learner of any age as well. Our food orders for 2025 were 4,305. In the previous year was 4,094, and then 2023, 3,524. So you can see the increase in needed pantry visits from clients as well. Housing, we provided $82,800 for financial assistance to those needing housing, which is a lot of rent or eviction notices. Utilities, in 25, we provided $49,235 in financial assistance to DTE, consumers, City of Chelsea, and those were utilities. Auto, $26,799 for auto repairs, car insurance, healthcare, $6,120 for medical expenses. And we also spent $15,144 to supplement food in the pantry. And then coping now, there's obviously we had an increase in donations and people needing food through the SNAP pause, and then it's still a trickling effect moving forward. Any questions?
That was really great. Thank you. I was just thinking, so I liked the breakdown of who was receiving. And you did mention, I think at one point we saw the statistic where it's going up. Have you noticed in the most recent months an increase? Are you getting a lot of people that are repeatedly coming in?
Yeah, I would say so. People, it's a trickling effect coming down from when people were just scared as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So then they, put their money towards one thing, but then they need assistance towards housing, and that's often the last to what we pay.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, that's a lot of impact for your community. Are there any other questions? Checking. Okay. So we're getting feedback. Thank you for the presentation. Excellent resources. Yeah, it's really great to hear from your section of Washtenaw County how it's going and the resources that are available over there. I'm happy to hear that you also have, I think it was 2023, included SCIO Farms, that the SCIO area, to include that part of your district too. We get a lot of, through Barrier Busters, we get a lot of requests coming out of SCIO Farms. The community there. Good. Okay. Any other questions from anyone? You can unmute. All right, it's a quiet day. Thank you so much for that. And again, I have a copy, but I'll take your slides and put them on the website to make them available for everybody. And thank you for being here and sharing that. We'll go ahead and now open it up. If anyone wants to unmute, we'll take a breather. You can unmute, share what's going on in your agency, any event new programming. I will also mention we do have space available for presentations in August. So if you are interested and your agency would like to, it's been a while and you'd like to give us a new update in our formal way of this presentation space, you can reach out to me and I'll get you on the calendar. Okay, I'm not hearing any shout outs.
See? At Mylan Seniors, we have our new Mylan Oasis program. It is a dementia respite program, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 2. It's free. It gives the care partner a brief respite with incredible programming for your loved one with the diagnosis of dementia.
That's fantastic. Anything else anyone would like to unmute and share? As always, you can put your event flyer. So Beverly, if you have a flyer on that and you want to just throw that out there, you can send it on to the listserv, pass it through the listserv. If anybody has issues with the listserv, which we know is really archaic, go ahead and email it to me and I can help pass it through. Sometimes we run into issues. All right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and I'm going to give you a Barrier Buster update. I will also allow time for after my update, if again, more conversation or updates on your own program you want to share. Over here. All right, I'm going to keep it in this screen here. So let's talk about Barrier Buster funding. This is a tricky one. So here's where we are. Right now, we are working with our flexible fund. We're working with our Washtenaw County General Flexible Fund, and that gives us each month until December, we have $12,900 to distribute for those flexible funds, and that's including utilities and any of some transportation and various types of requests. But here's the thing to know. What we experienced last month for the month of May 1st, when we distributed this amount for May 1st, I had like over $30,000 worth of requests for this flexible fund. So as you can imagine, and if you were one who put in a request, it was maybe denied because there was just simply not enough money. So I just want to take this time to kind of let you know, again, how I prioritize. And I made it for that piece at part spreadsheet. I mean, this slide here. So how I'm prioritizing this small amount of money is we are focusing on utilities and those that are in shutoff. So that's someone who's in active shutoff, we're going to prioritize. Now we're going to look at those that are pending shutoff. And those households that include children, households that include seniors, and those with high medical need, disabilities, those that are in critical need to have their electricity on. We're going to always suggest finding match funds everywhere through SER, other agencies, even your own agency, putting that in the request, because when I'm reviewing requests, I'm going to look for those match funds and try to help support those that have that match. Because sometimes without the B, the A doesn't happen. So I want to make sure we can support that. And those that do put in requests, you'll want to make sure you're really clear on your clear in your request what the crisis is, because that's where I pull the information from. So if you don't tell me that there is a super high need, then I'm not going to see it. I can see some through DTE when that's the situation, but tell us the situation. The next thing to note when I'm prioritizing for this money is I am having to drop off and not consider transportation requests, even when we know there is a strong need for it, because I'm trying to keep their electricity on. And again, prioritizing that. So it makes it really challenging, and I am having to deny very worthy transportation cases, just so you know. That right now, feel free to submit one, but know that this money isn't guaranteed. And that pretty much goes for all the requests you may put in. Money isn't guaranteed. So letting your clients know that it's not assumed it will be granted. And if there is something that is like they're in shut off, feel free to bring that to my attention. Make sure it's in the request, but go ahead and email me if they're in active shut off so I can keep an eye out. So we want to avoid that if we can. So the next in our funding is always, we have a rolling situation with Ann Arbor Water Utility Fund. So if your client has Ann Arbor Water Utility as their water provider, go ahead and submit that. That can happen. You can submit those all month long, not just on the first day. SCIP, you should be familiar with SCIP right now. Housing Bureau for Seniors is operating this fund. They pass through, Barrier Busters is supporting the funding piece of it, but they are operating the approvals and the application process there. So they still have money. So if you have someone 60 and up and it's housing related, you can submit a request through their SCIP application. The good news is that maybe last month, the last 2 months, you may have heard me in the pipeline. We've had Pittsfield Charter Township coming on board. They are getting ready to go, so we can have them available, or I say they, but this funding will be available on June 1st. So you can expect, and right now our funding delegation is 2,200 for flexible and for housing. And so that'll move into our housing update here. Right now, Washtenaw County will have that. We have 12,900 for housing. It's very, very limited. We are now out of our Board of Commissioners special winter housing fund that has been depleted. So that brings us back to our baseline of 12,900. So we're working on fixing that, but it's a challenge. So we could use more money for housing for sure. But always remember that it is for anything that is for eviction, housing for eviction, security deposits, which I think security deposits will be paused at this time because of our limited funds. And it takes more time than we can really use to address with our little bits of money. So anyhow, when you have clients that need the support, please have them call HAWC, and the HAWC will then do a review of their case and be able to talk about what's available and if they can schedule for appointments. And then for housing, Pittsfield Charter Township, they'll have 2,200 a month to work with. Isn't very much, but just so you all know what is available. So going back to my update slide, just want to remind you that in July, we take a break. So we'll meet again in June, and then we will take a break in July and then meet again in August. But that doesn't mean I won't be around. So if you need anything, feel free to reach out to me. And then this was again my update on the prioritizing funds, which is what we just reviewed. And then my recommendation, always applying for SER because we can, and to seek out other funding support from other agencies. And also, this could be a good time to also get familiar with the FEC program that comes out of OCED, our Financial Empowerment Center program. You know, those, the two case managers there, or they are counselors, I guess they're financial counselors. They have the ability to go into DTE and put people on payment plans. So if we can't pay their bill, maybe we can help set them up with payment plan. So FEC can help out with that. And that is about it. Oh, one more that I didn't write on my update, that just to remind you all. So we have a program adjustment, a policy program adjustment that's going to take effect for July 1st. And that is that a client will, we will be operating under a once a year based on when the client receives support. So once a year support versus a calendar year support, which is what we had been operating under. So we're just going to move to a more standard practice of if one received support June 1st, 2026, then we don't want the service will then be again available for them the following year, June 1st, 2027, that type of calendar year. Any questions? What is June's meeting date? I believe it's June 24th. I can look that up. I believe it's June 24th. It's the Wednesday. Okay, any other questions? I can also open this time if anyone wants to share about their program, their agencies, anything up and coming. And another reminder, so if you are interested in doing a presentation for us, I do have space available August and September, and further out if it makes sense too.